Just set me free, let me loose, and I'll use you as my excuse. I'm like a bomb you can't defuse. Just let me go and feel that boom, boom, boom. Let me loose, and I'll use you as my excuse. I'm like a bomb you can't defuse. Just let me go and feel that boom, boom, boom.
Man, it feels so good when I come home. Everybody that I love and I hold close. Time passed, but it's like I never dipped out. And you define the people I wanna speak about. Everyday grind, try to catch a break. Stay cool, but knowing they gon' be mistakes. Won't be going nowhere unless you risk take. Stay real, so living will never feel fake. And I know you gon' relate. Cause I've walked the path and I've turned to crash. And I've seen the light, I know life is short. So I changed the course and forget the past. I know it's been a long trip, but I'm at the start. Top charts, Benny wanna be a big star. Got my head held high, I'ma live large and stay fly, a birdie, but I'm below par.
Let me loose, and I'll use you as my excuse. I'm like a bomb you can't defuse. Just let me go and feel that boom, boom, boom. Let me loose, and I'll use you as my excuse. I'm like a bomb you can't defuse. Just let me go and feel that boom, boom, boom. I'm like a bomb you can't defuse. Let me go and feel that boom, boom, boom. I'm like a bomb you can't defuse. Let me go and feel that boom, boom, boom.
Great life, great team I have. That mic, my dream I grab. My pain, my stress I trash.
Hi, welcome back to AutoReview. My name is Patrick and today I'm presenting you the brand new 2017 Citroe C1 in the Feel Edition. So what do we have? We have a 1 liter naturally aspirated engine producing 68 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and a maximum torque of 95 Newton meters at 4,300 RPM. 0 to 100 is 13 seconds and top speed is 154 kilometers an hour. Fuel consumption, and I drove this car the last 2 days over 500 kilometers, actually to Geneva and back. Fuel consumption I had between 3.9 and 4.6 liters, depending on road conditions. At 120 kilometers an hour on the highway, it gets less than 5 liters. Great. The price for the C1 in Switzerland starts at 8,950 Swiss francs at the moment with an offer. Please check the website. And the Feel Edition, like we have here, starts at 10,050. If you want the 4 doors, it's 600 more, 10,650. So let me show you as usual, first row, second row, the boot space, and then we drive. Enjoy! All right, C1 first row. We start with the steering wheel, which is height adjustable. However, we cannot pull it out or push it back in. We do have height adjustable seat in this edition, in the Feel one. However, no adjustable seat belt. Nevertheless, you can still, with these two, get a position where you will be comfortable. I'm 184 tall, as you see, the seat is all the way down. I have plenty of headroom and I have enough knee room as well. On the left side, we have the optional RPM gauge. In the middle, we have the trip computer or board computer, which you can switch over the 2 buttons in the display itself, where it shows you trip A, trip B, average fuel consumption, constant or actual fuel consumption, range, average speed, and the odometer. Then on the outer ring, you will have the speedo with obviously some information lights. We have a shift light indicator, which actually tells you when to shift up and down. It's actually set up very fuel efficient, so you wouldn't think to shift already when the car tells you to do so. Then on the right side, in this one, we have the speed limiter. It's not the cruise control, it's just the speed limiter. Obviously, cruise control is a little bit more comfortable. However, this worked fine yesterday for me when I was on the highway. The only thing is you have to stand on the gas. Then left side, we have in this one the electric windows, which have no auto function, so you have to keep them hold. On the bottom, we have some door bins with some space to put smaller items. On top here, you have a little compartment where you can put stuff. Then we have a 7-inch display here, which is a touchscreen, works very well, very nice and very responsive. For example, here we have the information on fuel consumption over the last 15 minutes, as well as the distance when you drove, the distance that you have left on your fuel tank, and the average speed. Plus the last trips you can switch in between as well. As you can see here, we had 3.9 as the lowest one I managed to do. This one resets every time you basically turn on and off the engine. Then hazard lights, air conditioning, which has different settings as well with auto, auto soft and auto fast. Below that we have a 12-volt power socket, USB port and an aux in. A little compartment, 2 cup holders here, another cup holder in the middle. We have a manual handbrake and a 5-speed manual gearbox. Last thing, on the right side we have the glove box, which is actually decent size. and has space for a bottle, which is a nice thing where you can pull it through. So if you have something to drink, you can keep it there. You can turn on and off the airbag and reset as well the tire sensors. We do have mirrors in both sunshades, however they're not illuminated. And other than that, that's pretty much it. Let's hop into the second row. Okay, second row. Seat in front is still adjusted to myself, so 184, and you see I'm actually sitting inside without hitting my head. Obviously I have to sit like that. We have on the left side a little compartment in the doors on both sides, and as I mentioned from the front, you can reach the cup holder here. 2 headrests, 2 3-point seat belts, 2 times isofix left and right, and as you can see this is a pure 4-seater, so you can't have anyone sitting in the back. However, for 4 people this is fine. The only thing as well, we have windows that fold to the outside, so we cannot open them other than that. And that's pretty much it. Let's see the boot. Alright, so C1 from the back side. What do we see? We have kind of a little spoiler on top with a third brake light. Then we have red and white lights, no orange. Very good, I like that. Citroe logo in the middle, C1 on the right. What do we do? How to open it? You don't open it here. There's a button which you press once and then the glass opens. As you can see, this entire piece is glass. And once you open it, there's actually something really smart which I like, is the cover, which you can take out as well. For the boot space is integrated, so you don't have to actually pull it up or down. It's integrated in the tailgate. Great. We have 196 liters here, which is sufficient for a car of this size, obviously. And you can fold down the seats 50-50, left and right. That's pretty much it. Now let's hit the road. Okay, so let's drive it. And as I mentioned, I drove over 500 kilometers with this car in 2 days. So this is a proper road test. First of all, fuel consumption is amazing. I have to say, the 68 horsepower engine puts out really a great fuel consumption. Yeah, you can see 3.9 was the lowest. Obviously this was around 80-90 kilometers an hour, so it's like a B road, not very hilly, and so flat. And I was 5th gear, just letting it go, you know. Then here in the mountains a little bit on the highway at 120, I had just below 5 liters. So anything between, let's say, 3.9 to 4.9 liters is realistic and achievable. The steering is very soft, yeah, so it obviously goes where you want, but at higher speeds I discovered that you shouldn't do too harsh of a maneuver. So at a high speed, I mean at 120 on a highway, no problem, just don't, you know, pull it hard because it's a little bit soft. The ride comfort is good. The seats are fine as well. Usually you don't do such long distance with a small city car because the C1 is a city car. So yesterday I had more than 200 kilometers in one stretch and I did it straight without any brake. And I'm fine, yeah. As I mentioned in some previous videos, I tend to have sometimes back pain, however, I'm fine with this, even though, again, the outer seats parts are a little bit soft, and you can see the whole seat is a little bit soft. It still gave me sufficient side support and was comfortable for driving 2-3 hours. The instrument cluster is good. What I really like is this gauge here, which shows me the fuel consumption over the last 15 minutes. And what I like as well, it actually shows you here in 2 tones. So the orange one is when the engine is cold, and then the yellow one is when the engine actually has temperature, and then you know that you're actually in a good zone. That's a big truck. Then here, this one you can reset. It gives you the last 6 trips, or last 5 trips plus the one that you're having now. And in addition you have the information gauge here, which tells me now I have an average of 4.3 liters. I still have 117 kilometers left, which shows here as well. And I drove, let's see exactly how much, 508. So you should get together 600, 650. Fuel tank is 35 liters, so you should be fine if you really drive mostly B roads and city, you should be fine with reaching 600 to 700 kilometers on a one fuel tank. One thing that was a little bit disappointing is that even though we have the control buttons for the radio and the other things on the steering wheel, they are not illuminated, so in the night it's pretty much a guess game. Once you obviously know the car, then it's not going to be an issue. However, it would be still nicer if it would be just illuminated. It shouldn't cost that much more. What I really like is the gear shift indicator. So it tells me, see now it told me just before 50 to shift into 4th gear, and that keeps reminding you to be fuel efficient. Electric windows in the front, the one in the back, obviously it's price matter. They are just to open outside. It gets some air in from the rear passengers. It would have been nice if it would have been electric and you can put them down, but obviously this way it's more affordable, and then when the car manufacturer can make it more affordable to produce, it can be basically given to the end customer, which is you, if you want to buy this car for a smaller price as well. I like the touchscreens, which is very responsive. You have a car mirror possibility when you plug in your, for example, iPhone via USB. You just have to download the app. It would have been nicer if they would have just, you plug it in and it works right out of the box without actually you having to install any third-party applications. You can adjust, the theme of this, so I'll turn off the screen fully. Then audio, it has DAB on board in this one. Air conditioning works fine, super nice and cold. 2 cup holders, and overall it's a great car. I like it from the design point of view. Space-wise, it's fine as well for 4 adults of my size. So if you're anything up to 185, you can sit in the back as well. And again, this car is made for a city car. It's like a daily commuter, You want something affordable, something that is not too expensive. And as I mentioned, at the moment in Switzerland, you can get the C1 base 3-door with a 68 horsepower engine, which we have here, for just 8,950 francs, which is amazing price. It's unbelievable, actually. Yeah. Obviously, you're not going to have the touchscreen. You're not going to have height adjustable seat. You're not going to have electric windows. Air conditioning will not be there. It's pretty much a basic car, And again, it reminds me of drifting. One thing that I dislike a little bit is the adjustment of the mirrors. Obviously, you do it once if you're the only driver. However, if, for example, you're 2 in the household, it's you and your wife, or your wife and your son, or whatever, and they share the car, if there's a height difference between them, every time they're gonna go and adjust this. The left one is fine, but the right one obviously is far and it's not easy to adjust. Sunshades, as I mentioned, they have mirrors. However, you can't extend them, obviously. I wasn't expecting that. And other than that, it's a fun car to drive. The thing about this car which I like most is really fuel consumption, and the fact that it's not a turbocharged engine. Because we have a saying in German, Turbo läuft, Turbo säuft, which means once the turbo is running, it's actually drinking. And if you have a naturally aspirated engine, you need RPMs. However, if you don't rev it up, you don't waste fuel and you don't have such a high fuel consumption. And this is how this car is able to manage anything below 5 liters. Obviously, Citroe claims 3.4 or 3.6, which might be possible if you take it really easy, So if you like this video, please comment below, leave a comment, leave a question, share it, like it, subscribe to the channel, please, because I have regular videos. Usually every week there is a new video coming out in both German and English. Thank you very much, AutoReview, who provided this car to me. The link you will find in the description. Just head over there, as well as check their channel for a different type of video, which I make as well for AutoReview. And other than that, thanks a lot, take care, enjoy, and see you next time. Bye.
Fly a birdie, but I'm below par.